All right, welcome to episode 9 of the Preferred Experience podcast. I'm here with Dr. Trever Wilkins today from Meta Medicine, and we're going to do a COVID-19 edition. So he's going to share some different things with us, and normally Trever and I will come on here and we'll talk about what he does with athletes and like everyday people like us, you know, and he's always helping me to come up with some ideas on how to get a little more performance. We've done some blood work. I need to still do it again to see if I've made some improvements. We did the first round a little while back, but it's been fun, and I've learned some areas that I could improve by working with you. So, but today we won't focus on that. We want to help people come up with practical ways on how to stay healthy during this time, and get some advice from Dr. Trever Wilkins. So I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, thanks. So I am an emergency medicine physician, and I have a private practice, which I call integrative medicine. And so the focus is still conventional medicine. I spent a decade with residency and practicing emergency medicine, still do that, but I integrate different areas so that, we, like you mentioned, some of the focus on performance and in any area that is helpful and helps us to optimize our health, I focus on. So, with these are really crazy times with COVID-19, and on a daily basis, we're really starting to see this in the emergency department. Mm-hmm. And so I think that one of the great things, speaking of this integrative approach, is what is happening here at CrossFit Health, or at CrossFit Preferred, is really a lot of the most important things that we can do. Mm-hmm. Now,
so why did they shut us down then?
Rightfully so. So I guess the caveat, and we say this, first and foremost, it really is, quarantine. And with that being said, we tried to quarantine ourselves.
We were trying to do it the right way today and do it live, but I still have some areas to learn, and Trever, we both do.
Yeah. So we had some remote. We were going to do this remotely, but that failed. So I came over to the office or the gym.
By the way, too, Trever is coming off a 24-hour shift, so he's being awesome to show up today.
Yeah. But first and foremost, staying ahead of COVID-19 by quarantining ourselves, protecting ourselves is by far the most important thing. And I think especially with the community like us, we're still at risk to a certain extent, but the socially responsible thing to do is to not spread this to other people that are more vulnerable to it. And so with that, as sad as it is that this shut down, I think it's still great that the community's still intact remotely. With
it's
workouts.
Been really awesome. We've just loved seeing what everyone's doing and the support you're giving all of the gym members, because you're just creating a way better community for everybody. Everyone's getting to know each other better on a different level. We did the Zoom class this morning, and we're all working out together. We did a couple yesterday, did one in the morning, and then we did the Spartan class at night. And we were still able to give each other a hard time while we were working out, and everyone was able to see me struggling on the floor this morning. So it was good.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's fun seeing what everyone's doing.
Yeah. So the thing that's unique about COVID-19 is that it is profoundly dangerous to the respiratory system. Mm-hmm. And so typically the more immunosuppressed population is at risk, and so the geriatric population, people specifically over the age of 70 or with comorbid conditions, heart disease, kidney disease, somebody that's on immunosuppressant medicine. But with that being said, there's still about a third of the admissions in the United States are people that are younger than 54, which is concerning. With that being said, there's not as high of a death rate with the people at the younger age group, but we still are affected. With COVID-19, it specifically attacks the pneumocytes in the lungs, and that is devastating to those little alveoli sacs. And so, what
are pneumocytes?
Yeah, so those are
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so those are the cells in the lungs and they help produce surfactant, which helps to improve the way that the lung functions. Okay. And so when those cells are damaged, the lungs don't work as well, and so you just don't get as much oxygen as you need. But the people that do well are the people with a respiratory reserve. And so typically younger people have that, but the things that you can do at any age is to stay healthy, especially with this type of HIIT training that we do in CrossFit is really valuable. And then I think that's why I alluded to earlier that here at the gym that's so important what's happening here to protect ourselves in addition to the other measures that we take.
So CrossFitters are going to do great right now. Getting out and running, biking, any of that kind of stuff is going to build our lung system, build our we always talk about our aerobic capacity. Exactly. And that's exactly what we want to do right now.
Yeah, and once again, I'm an emergency medicine physician. I'm a CrossFitter, so this is Trevor's opinion, and this is based on what I'm seeing. But I feel confident that reserve that we are working towards and improving here day by day really is going to help us in a pinch. But we don't go out and get ourselves in bad situations. We still take all the precautions, but still.
I think we're doing the right things right now. Yeah. As much as I would rather have everyone here, and I'm sure everyone else would rather do the same.
The other things too that are in line that we talk about a lot here at the gym is the nutrition. And so, this is the time where we really focus on hydration, getting all the micronutrients. We focus a lot on macronutrients, but also micronutrients, getting the vitamins. At this time, supplementing appropriately. I think that your athletic greens that you carry, I think this would be one more reason to take those this time.
Yep. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. But any other questions or anything else that we can?
So sleep, nutrition, exercise, all that's super important to build a stronger immune system. Are there any things that we could be doing, like when people get sick, when they get the flu or a cold? I know you've done recommended IVs before. Is that anything that could make a difference right now, or?
Yeah. So with any intervention in medicine, you always have to look at the risk and the benefit with it. And so I think that would be a decision that would be made individually. There are some treatments out there, including, for example, high dose vitamin C, and there's not as much research about high dose vitamin C, even though they supposedly were using it in China to treat it. They're doing some studies right now in the ICU to see how people respond in critical circumstances, but it's the verdict's still out. But anecdotally, there are a lot of people that are getting those now, and once again, the risk is you have to make that contact in a hospital setting. So that's done on an individual basis, but a lot of people are responding really well to that. Vitamin C is a great antioxidant that helps when you have an infection. It supports the immune system, and there's even some other theoretical benefits of just because it's ascorbic acid that of some sorts creates a hostile environment for the viruses as well.
Yep.
So
I've heard zinc does the same too.
yeah, zinc's
It helps
Yeah,
it not attach to things, is what I've heard.
Yeah, and so the once again the downside of vitamin C itself is very low. Potential upside is high, and people do respond to it really well just anecdotally from what I've seen as they practice. And
Cool.
I
I've
definitely
heard really good things on it.
Yeah.
Now, could we eat more vitamin C rich foods during this time? Would that make a big difference?
I absolutely would. These, all the citrus that we have out here, I mean, we should be taking advantage of that. Supplementing orally, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Yep.
To
What would
take
be a
advantage of
good
that.
amount to do? Like if you were to get a supplement?
Yeah, with vitamin C, one of the reasons that it's better done intravenously is because if you take higher amounts, when you get above 1,000 milligrams or a gram, you start getting potential diarrhea and that type of thing.
Okay.
So, probably 500 milligrams, whatever the recommended dose on the label is
That would be a
sufficient.
good amount to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And once again, I still think that really focusing on good sources of food is going to be that's always on the top of the list.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Go
The other one, there's some other peptides that are available. Thymosin alpha 1. That's actually an FDA-approved medication for hepatitis C. It's used as an adjunct therapy in HIV, and that can help boost your immune system. Once again, not a ton of literature out there, but it is an option. There's glutathione, which is a sequence of amino acids that's produced by the liver. That has to typically, you have to have that by shot or intravenously, but that helps support the immune system as well, helps with inflammation. So there are different treatment modalities, and then conventionally they're looking at Plaquenil, which is a malaria drug.
Is that the one that the guy died from yesterday?
He did the homemade version.
Yeah.
Of the
That was pretty sad.
Yeah. So So once again, like these things, and still, it's not it hasn't been validated by research, and so.
Just a theory at this point.
Yeah, some people are doing it. It can be done off label, and that's something that you would discuss, with a physician.
But you wouldn't want to do it on your own like that guy did.
You'd want to do it under physician
supervision.
Physician supervision, and once again, that's something that I would discuss with my patients, and it's a case by case decision. And so globally, I wouldn't say yes, everybody needs to go out and take this. In the emergency medicine community, we're anticipating some antiviral medications. I mean, optimistically, they're saying 4 months. I think that would be pushing it, but there are some other medicines under the way. They're hoping to have a vaccine within the next year and a half as well, which would be a game changer for sure.
Yep. Why does it take so long to get that kind of stuff? Do they have to test
the
it?
FDA, yeah, and so it's a very expensive, long process to approve anything through the FDA to globally pass it, and so the government is really expediting things, and I mean, hats off to the scientific community that are putting in the research, because I mean they're just putting in just countless hours and effort to really make these breakthroughs. They're completing research projects. Early they're making the information available before it's peer reviewed, just to try to get the information out to share. So, there's some real heroic efforts that are being made in the scientific community.
Awesome.
With that.
That's cool. So main things we could be doing, we all kind of already know, but good sleep, really good nutrition, cut out the sugar right now, cut out
100%.
Cut out the things that aren't that important, focus on the micronutrients, and then quarantine's good, which we know we're all doing, and then if it comes down to it and you want to do a little bit more, IVs are available. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So anything else you'd want to add today?
Yeah, like I said, with my practice and what I believe, I think that it really is an integrative approach, and I think that you need to keep in mind the mental health aspect of this.
Yeah, that's a huge part we didn't touch on.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that as challenging as these times are, like, it's important to take a moment and be grateful for what we do have. That we live in a place where we have the resources, the people that are making these type of stances and advances, rather. And I think that at the same time, with the integrative approach, having a spiritual component, thinking that there's something bigger than us, and whatever that is, it's different for everybody.
For sure.
But tapping into that and then having a community to support us.
Yep,
So
having our little tribe, we can all help each other.
Yeah.
If anyone's having any hard times and you're freaked out about anything, know you can call me and I'd help. And I know Trever would do the same for many of you. So I think it's good to be able to talk things through when we're freaking out, because I've had some moments of, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And then I'm good. But
yeah,
I feel like this is kind of an area that I have really studied the last little while, and I really think that the hard things we put ourselves in here with the workouts really help improve our mental state too. I've learned that through the gym, through events, all kinds of different things, and I try and have that transfer over into my life. And I know you've done the same.
Yeah, 100%.
Your 24-hour shifts are probably like really mentally strengthening. They would be for me.
Well, the CrossFit, has been part of my routine that I have to do to reset myself, get my mind in the right state. And so, it starts off my routine and gets me going. So it's a cornerstone of my habits in a lot of ways. And so, yeah, it's so valuable. And, I think that once again, it really does have a profound effect of, these challenges that we're going through right now. It's still helpful, even though we can't get together in the gym.
For sure. Well, thanks for being on here today. It's been fun. We appreciate all of you being here. And let's stay strong during this time. Let's be the leaders to our friends and family that are just pushing each other and keeping a positive mental state. Because, once we start to, wherever we go, there we are, is what I've heard. I forget who said that. But if we go somewhere in our head that's not mentally strong, we're going to not be mentally strong. So, and vice versa. So let's stay strong in our thoughts and what we're doing, and make a big difference for everyone around us. And that's it. Yeah, thanks. Cool. Thanks for being here. We will have this live on the podcast later on today. We would love you to share it if you found anything helpful. And check out Trevor's Facebook page. It's Meta Medicine. So METTA, and then is there a dash? I can't remember.
It's all one word, and there's a website too. You can check out the website. Metamed.com.
Metamed.com, and then Meta Medicine for the Facebook page, right? Yep, and it'll show up. Cool. Awesome. Cool. Thanks a lot, and we will see you guys later.